question though, what he just asked, according to like,
if you do the crime, do you deserve to do the time? And K-Fly got caught on camera, so
Right.
it's hard for me to vouch for him.
and the
And
way
he rapping about it
And
in his lyrics.
Sadly, that's his environment.
But that's the lifestyle if you want to be a gangster.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I'm pretty sure.
I don't feel sorry.
It's hard for me.
I'm pretty sure one of his songs, he goes, "I don't care, I caught the body," or "I don't care, I'll get the time, I'll do that." So he's arguing in his mind constantly that he wants to be that person.
No, I'm saying it's not hard for me.
Yo, how old is he? How old is he?
19.
He's like 18, bro.
18, 19. Okay.
Nah, but I think boy 19, whatever.
Whatever he
As
is.
somebody who grew up doing things that I could be currently incarcerated for right now, and by the blessing of the Most High, I'm not. I wouldn't wish that system on anybody. I don't care if he's my worst enemy, right? So at the end of the day, that's the reason I answered the question the way that I did, because the system of how it is now, I don't want him to have to go and have to deal with that, because what is going to create? What is it going to actually do to help him, to heal him,
I don't
or
think
to heal
it's
the
right.
victims?
What I don't like is that it's like, yes, you took a whole life.
He took a whole life. That's irreversible.
Like, yes, you took a whole life and you should have to make up for that, but how are you able to make up for that locked up your whole life? You know what I'm saying? You never get to prove or show that you've learned from that. And that's what I think is definitely fucked up. And
That's
the
what
way
I'm
it's set up is
saying,
that, they should have a system where it's like, all right, you get this many years, and if you go through these programs and these are real, like if you really want to get down to it, they have the science and technology to really test someone. So if you can go through these tests and pass these tests genuinely, then we can take 5 years off of your time and consistently test you on these things, and not like brainwashing, controlling you, just genuinely learning how to communicate with somebody and seeing if they're genuine and their answers are genuine in what they're saying and doing. Then you can be like, all right, you deserve 5 years off. You know, not, oh, don't give them 10 years, don't give them that, but we're a long way away from considering something like that.
Jail is never designed to rehabilitate people. It's not to protect society. The same way the police are not meant to protect people, they're to protect the state. So when you have people go to jail, like I know someone who killed his brother-in-law because he was beating his sister. He went to jail for 25 years, came out mentally fucked up and a more dangerous person. So when you send somebody to jail, that's not, I mean, like you were saying before, like that's legal, they do legal slavery in prison. You know, if you get arrested on a weed charge or whatever, something minuscule, and you go to jail, and then they got you clean up the highway for a promise of certain years off, you're not getting that time back, you're not gaining anything.
Right.
You're just getting something back that they already stole from you. So prison system is just another way to take advantage of people, to make money, and it all ties into that. It all ties
But
into
again,
that.
we can't forget about how are people supposed to be held accountable. There's no, like, how loose can that system be?
Yeah, I
You
do
know?
think about that a lot.
I disagree with the fact that you can't get your GED, from what I've heard, you can't get your GED in jail anymore, or something like that. You can't get certain
They
degrees.
must have changed that.
You can't get certain degrees in jail. There's certain shit you can't get in jail.
Some dudes go to prison and come back smarter than
Right,
smart.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're pushing that, instead of just pushing like, oh yeah, I get along here, there's a box. Like, if they're pushing a certain agenda of you're locked in here for a reason. Here, let's go over this, let's learn this. And I'm not saying I haven't been through the prison system to even say if there is a system set up, even a shitty one set up for that, but they're not paying attention to it enough. There's not enough people coming out like, yes, I learned my lesson. All right, I can teach a mass of people from being here in this time. This is the information I have to change lives because I learned my
So I have
lesson.
a question, and I've been listening to everyone, and I asked, so what is the moral and spiritual imperative? All right, you're in jail. You can either go to the day room and look at the TV, or you can make it a study hall and actually learn something. Correct your life, develop your life, beautify your life. Jail can be relative, depending on what you want to do. Again, you as members of or citizens in a society, you can push them. Look, you should be able to go to college there. You should be able to get a college you should be able to redeem yourself. Again, what I ask is that, your words have to have a heartbeat. And the heartbeat comes from actual experience and doing something and making some sort of impact. We started this with the music. I mean, look, guys, now you can get you can go to jail and get a tablet, and what they'll do, they'll charge you for this, what y'all call music, $1.50 for a song. It's all about this capital interest that they're trying to now use you now as a commodity until you're used up, and then they discard you. It's the same thing in regards of the type of lifestyles that you're being accustomed to. It's a consumer society. It means that you buy something, you're going to buy it again and keep buying it, and as long as you can keep buying it, you're a part of that society. So when are you going to revolutionize yourselves and step out of this cycle? And if you're in jail, change the jail to a study hall. I mean, the pen, paper, law library. How many things that you can do? So now, if you relegate yourself to what the system says is designed for you, then that design that they have has a rationality to it. It doesn't mean that it's reasonable, but it's rational. Now, as I said, you go, the brother itemized, like, you go to work, man, you mowing the lawn, you doing all kinds of work for 10 cents an hour. Really? So now, again, this goes back to having a historical development as to where we came from in this country. This country was based on enslaved labor, forced labor, in a very brutal fashion that was unlike any kind of other slavery that existed for millennia before then. And it was a capital base. It's based on commodity. And the people, my ancestors and a good portion of y'all, for 200 years, 250 years, it was, forced enslavement. And then after that, what was it, Jim Crow? And then after that, what? Now we got mass incarceration. So again, what I say to you, how do you empower yourself in regard, what is your moral and spiritual compass that will take you outside of this cycle of being exploited? So, again, I listen to all of you. Again, I'm saying, from my observation, a lot of your desires, a lot of your habits are lending yourself to this type of exploitative system. And what can you do to step out of that? Now here it is, I'm an elder. Look, I haven't smoked or got high for the last 50 years. And I don't look 70, do I? Now some of y'all may not even reach that. So I'm saying to you, it's not me. It's a lifestyle that, that I have adopted, that others have also adopted, that are trying to say, listen, be people that, rather than define yourself by what you can consume, be producers. There was one, it was called Def Poetry Jam. And this one rapper, her name was Salt, I think. Yeah, she had in one of those scenarios, you can find it on Google. She said, "Women follow your lead." So where are you leading the women? Things now are too exciting. As I said, you are engaged now in a propaganda machine that's all around you, 24/7, always at you. Oh yeah, how many of you always got a cell phone with you? A smartphone. This thing is tracking your every movement. And you can look at pornography, or you can go into a library. What are you going to choose? It's the same thing like if you're in jail. You're going to go in the day room and look at the Transformers for the 20th time, or open up a book. And now they're going to give you a tablet. So now you can listen to some more crazy music you know, wild your mind out, instead of going and taking those college courses, you can do it. I mean, you can get basic philosophy 101, chemistry 101, right there on the little tablet in jail. Khan's Academy, you can go right in. But no, I mean, you can download over 400 books. You know, free access. No, instead they got music on the books. So now it's going to become relative. If in fact that you know that you don't have or know where you came from, you won't know where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, you're lost. So I'm trying to say to you, you know, with this music and this popular culture, we have lost our righteous mind. We have to retake it. How do you do that? What methodology are you going to do to retake your righteous mind? Is it buying, you know, $200 sneakers or the latest fashions that someone, you know? I listened to the brother here, and he was saying about, and a lot of you have this entrepreneurial, capitalist kind of idea of rising vertically by yourself, gaining all this money. That's not the way to do it. You have to rise horizontally and taking others with you and say, look, make as much money as you can, but we all will be successful. They're not thinking about that. They're about Kanye and this guy's an idiot. Straight up, I mean, the guy lost his mind.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was married to the Kardashian bitch. I mean, she don't even have no talent. She had a porn video, and now who is she? She can't even sing. What can she do?